Indiana taxpayers are being asked to fork up over $5 million a year for improvements at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
The request marks a major turnaround in the longtime Holman family policy of not asking for public money. RTV6 reporter Norman Cox is live at the State House with more on the upgrades and the change in policy. Norman.
Well, State House sources and Speedway officials tell me that the change in policy was prompted by the need for a major infusion of capital to keep the track competitive, and that it could lead to some major changes and additions in the early program out there. Speedway officials tell me there is no official plan yet, and there won't be one until they put together a long-range master plan. But they acknowledge that they're talking about improved video boards and, most importantly, lights, so that they would have the option of adding races and moving races tonight to escape the heat.
And lately, especially in the Brickyard, because it's running the hottest time of the year, have been losing ticket sales. And so we're trying to devise a plan that we can attract more people to this race and actually provide other races.
Senator Mike Young's bill would create a motorsports taxing district around the Speedway, similar to but not quite the same as the one surrounding downtown sports venues. The state would turn over income, sales, and corporate taxes collected within the district to pay off a bond that could amount to $100 million. So why did the Holmans change their minds about taking tax money?
This is something that's been thought about now here for well over a year and thought through carefully, and we believe that this is the best opportunity to continue to have the Indianapolis Motor Speedway be as competitive as possible in a very tough environment. Not for us per se, but for racing and for sports in general.
The Holmans would contribute something. They have committed to putting in $2 million a year toward the $7 million bond payments. And if tax revenue didn't provide enough to pay the other $5 million, they would make up the difference. Key budget makers appear sympathetic.
We've been talking to them for about 2 years about this issue, and they have a pretty big need for some major capital improvements out there. I think actually the state can be a winner and get a return on its investment.
Now, some of you may already be asking, will the increased state scrutiny of the Speedway's books that this would require force them to finally turn over those attendance figures? Now, CEO Mark Miles says that's still being determined, but he says it is not the Holman family's intention to turn over those figures. Live at the State House, I'm Norman Cox, RTV6.